It's time to update you guys on all of the cars in the LegitStreetCars fleet. And after the last video where I fixed 5 of my broken cars, a lot of you guys were asking about all of the other ones. And I think I might be up to roughly 20 cars. I'm not sure. We're gonna put a little counter on screen when we update you on a car. But something else that I'd mentioned many months ago is that I'm looking for a bigger shop. I love this place, but it's getting kind of small. And something's happened there. It hasn't closed just yet, but because of this tiny little purchase, I do need to sell quite a few of these cars. So in this video, I'm gonna let you know which ones are for sale and for how much. I hate when people don't have an asking price. So you guys can buy some of the cars in my fleet. Some of these even have the LSC license plates. So that means they were cars I was planning on keeping, but I need to make room and I mostly just need money. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into a big fleet update. And I'm also giving one of these cars away. It's coming like 3 cars from now, so definitely stay tuned. We're gonna start off with the LSC Wagon, my 2005 E55 AMG Wagon. Did I tell you it's a wagon? Well, if not, here's the proof. Rear-facing seats, cup holders and all. Sometimes I refer to this car as the Whipple Wagon because it has a Whipple supercharger. So I installed this supercharger with my friends Craig and Rusty over at Modern Masters, and needless to say, the E55 Wagon rips. Before the supercharger, this car was totally stock. I drove it around Amelia Island when I first bought it and then went right into restoring the entire car. Finished off by a 40-hour paint correction and paint protection film service by my friend Jason at Car Supplies Warehouse. And here it is about 3 or 4 years later, and it is absolutely perfect. I do drive this car every so often. My kids love it, and no plans on selling the E55 Wagon. Something else I'm not gonna be selling. This isn't off to a good start. I really do need to sell some cars, but not this one. This is my 1981 DeLorean. And I've made quite a few videos on the channel about the DeLorean, but basically I found this one in an old garage in North Dakota. It'd been sitting since like 1991. And I towed it back to LegitStreetCars and embarked on like a 3-month straight restoration of every square inch of this car. We even regrained the stainless and did a bunch of work to the engine and the fuel system to get this thing running tip top. And here she is. I drive it all the time, and this car last year was like my go-to. I would bring this to every car show that I was going to. I actually filmed part of a movie with the DeLorean last year, so none of that is out yet, but I'm in the movie, the DeLorean's in the movie, and the van, my supercharged van's in the movie. That's pretty neat, but everything in the DeLorean works, including the radio, the air conditioning, all of the buttons. It is just awesome. It's a legit street car. It also has a hoverboard in the back that totally hovers. It's got really cool old factory stickers, and of course, the doors. The doors! So yeah, I'm not gonna sell the DeLorean. I'm just gonna continue to enjoy it. Now, something I will be selling, and I probably shouldn't show in this condition, you know, because I'm gonna try and sell it to you guys right now, is this, my 2004 Saturn Ion Redline. And I always call it a Scion because of Saturn and Ion. It makes sense to me. Anyway, I'm a big fan of this thing. It's like a baby Hellcat. The supercharger screams. And it will be back on the road really soon because I got a new transmission. The intermediate shaft is stuck inside of this one, and I suspect it's because it's twisted. The splines have twisted in here. I can't get it out. I'd have to cut the shaft, disassemble the entire transmission, and then God forbid there's one measurement off and it makes a weird howling noise or it grinds or something. I'm not dealing with that. I drove to Atlanta to pick up a car, and I got this on the way in Indianapolis for $600 with the intermediate shaft and the updated subframe because that's a newer style transmission for the Saturn. So this one's not for sale quite yet. I'm gonna be doing the new clutch with the LSD transmission. We have new wheels, new tires, some engine work. It's gonna scream even more, and I really do love this car, and I'm gonna love it even more after the next video, but it will be for sale. Once I'm all said and done, I'm gonna ask $5,500 for the car, which is like way, way less than what I have into it now, but it is what it is. That's cars. So at LegitStreetCars@gmail.com on any of the cars you see for sale. You can contact me, kind of let me know if you're interested. No tire kickers, please. Like, if you're ready to go, let me know, and I'll sell you the car. It's that easy. Next up is a vehicle I never thought I would sell. And then after this is a truck that I never thought I'd give away. But we'll get to that in a minute. I am gonna be selling my 2012 Chevy Express 3500. If you guys have been following this series, you know that it's pro-charged and that it does pretty good burnouts. Oh my gosh, dude. It also makes really good power on the dyno and generally just runs great. Is that 545? No way! And it's got all of its seats. There is a tent that is not included in the sale, but this fits 15 people. The seats are in really nice condition. It does have some flaking paint, which was an issue on these trucks, but that was kind of my theme with this one, is I wanted it to just look like a normal work van, unless you looked a little bit closer and saw the intercooler. Outside of missing the paint though, this thing is totally rust-free, which is very important. The rockers and everything are perfect. This is probably the most difficult vehicle to price. A normal, non-rusted out van like this, even with the paint issues, because they all kind of have that, would sell for about like $10,000 in my area. But no joke, to duplicate the build on this would cost you about 30 grand. The transmission alone was about $10,000 with the billet torque converter. It is a totally built 6-speed automatic transmission. And then all the Pro Charger stuff, it's got 3 fuel pumps. We went nuts on this van, but anyway, you don't usually get all that money back. So I'm gonna ask $22,500 for the van. It is ready to go tow whatever you want, do burnouts. It's amazing. Man, oh man, am I gonna miss the LSC Express. Next up is my very first giveaway vehicle. You guessed it, my beautiful 2015 Chevy Silverado Z71 LTZ, fully loaded. This truck is an absolute showstopper, and over the next few episodes, it's gonna get even better in every way, including horsepower and reliability. And for your chance to win, all you have to do is go to LegitStreetCars.com or click on the link below, and for every $1 that you spend on my website, you get 1 entry to win the truck. And every week, I'm gonna change up a deal that gets you double entries. So to kick this off, right now, if you buy a LegitStreetCars Foam Cannon, you're gonna get double the entry points. So the giveaway ends September 18th, 2025 at midnight, and then I'm going to call the winner and potentially hand deliver this vehicle, but you're gonna win not only the truck, and it's gonna have roughly $12,000 or $13,000 worth of more stuff in it through the next couple episodes, but you're also gonna win $5,000 cash, and I will either deliver the truck or fly you out here all on my dime. So you guys won't have to pay a thing. The $5 grand will easily cover the taxes and maybe gas and insurance for a while. You guys are gonna get an amazing truck, and all you have to do is buy something from my website, which really supports the channel anyway. So this is a 58,000 mile, formerly flooded Chevy Silverado, and it looks just as good in person as it does right now on camera. And I've driven this truck about 3,000 or 4,000 miles since fixing everything, and it has been absolutely perfect. The interior is in amazing condition. This was a one-owner truck before me. He bought it brand new. She fires right up, and there are no warning lights on whatsoever. Ice cold AC. The touchscreen is awesome. I mean, this thing is loaded up with every option. Of course, this is a 4-wheel drive Silverado, and it has a factory trailer brake. You're also gonna get a full tank of gas. I am running out the 87 octane, so I can fill it up with 93 if that gives you any hint as to what we're doing to this thing, like literally starting tomorrow. The whole interior on the Silverado is in excellent condition. I don't even think the back seats were ever used. But aside from everything I've already done to the Silverado and everything that's coming, this truck is just overall amazing. It has a tonneau cover. The bed is already lined. Of course, it's got the trailer hitch with all the hookups. And the only blemishes on this truck, which will be fixed, are right here on the bed. Other than that, this truck presents perfectly. Straight as an arrow, good tires. And here is the 5.3 liter V8. And this is gonna look a lot different soon. Oh, and another way to get even more entries is you guys can get a referral link. And when you send it to someone and they buy something on the website, you're gonna get 10 entries, and that person's gonna get an extra 10 entries as well. So lots of different ways to stack up your entries to win this truck. And I just can't say how well this runs, drives, and shifts enough. It is fantastic. Not one issue at all. And over the last few months, this has been my daily driver. It's a phenomenal truck, and one of you guys are going to win it, and it's gonna get much better. This is gonna kick off in the next video, but if you know my videos, you know we're gonna make this better in every way. All right, back at the shop, we have 2 very different vehicles, not only because of the obvious, but because I'm keeping this one, and this one, I'm not gonna lie, it's not ready to be sold. I mean, it will eventually, but I haven't been into the CL in a long time. And even more so now because it won't start. It's also slammed. I'm not giving up on the CL. We are gonna make this thing make big power. That's been its holdup for, I don't know, the last couple of years. I'm going back to stock turbos. I think that the larger turbos are causing all of the issues. So basically, very long story short, when I got this car from Hoovie, it was very broken. It had an oil leak that required me to disassemble the whole engine for a $1 O-ring. Then it had a bunch of ABC hydraulic suspension issues, which was because an accumulator ball blew up and the rubber went throughout the whole system. So I fixed that as well, and the car ran and drove beautifully, except when you get into wide open throttle, it would cut out, the check engine light would start flashing, and it would go into limp mode. And again, to try and keep this short, I suspect that the aftermarket turbos are causing too high of back pressure. OJ at Fluid has been fighting a similar issue, and then I found someone else who's actually local that has a Mercedes shop. He went through the exact same problem, went back to the stock turbos, and it was fixed, and he actually has some stock SL65 turbos, same thing. So we are going to put them on probably over at his shop. But of course, I let this thing sit out on the trailer, and now it won't start. It doesn't crank or do anything. I think the engine computer is having an issue. It won't read it. I don't know, but it's just sitting here. And on a much happier note, this is my new floor cleaner. I haven't named it. Name it in the comments section. But it's got an LSC sticker and everything. I picked this up for like 400 bucks on Facebook Marketplace. It was from a Fort Wayne, Indiana school. So it's been used and abused, but it works well. Now the Typhoon is definitely something that's sticking around. I absolutely love this truck, and its amazing new wheels and gigantic bare brakes. This one had been sitting in someone's garage for like 20 years, but he kept it cosmetically nice. It just barely ran. I had to go through everything under the hood, and of course there were lots of while you're in there, including making this one of the nicest engine compartments out of all my cars. I also had to replace some bearings, but overall this thing runs well and launches like crazy. So this thing runs and drives right now, as is. I just have some interior wrap-up stuff to do. I bought a second parts Typhoon. We have a lot of that just kind of sitting in the back here waiting to go in. I got a new center console too out of the parts truck. So Typhoon is sticking around, and so is the TA, which is lowering itself right now. It likes to fly up and down on the rack. But the TA is undergoing a video right now. I've just been working on it on the side, but this is getting a bunch of awesome stuff from my friends over at Holley and Racetronics. So it's gonna have a whole new fuel system, E85, a Holley Terminator X computer. It's awesome. And if you guys caught the last video on this car, we put a 6-speed manual transmission in it. A little sneak peek. Whoop. I probably didn't see anything there, but this car, the goal is to remove a lot of stuff that I've added to it over the last 20 something years that I've owned it, and make this car just more simplistic and even more reliable. This is the original legit street car, and now that it's got its 6-speed manual, the interior is going all back to stock. There's gonna be no gauges in there. You won't even be able to tell anything's done to this car, and then it's getting custom wheels and a new stance and a new lease on life. But my Trans Am I've owned since I was 18 years old, and I'm never getting rid of it. Next, we have my 2015 Volkswagen Golf R. Not gonna lie, I wasn't gonna hang on to this car for very long, but I have slowly fallen in love with it. I bought this car at a salvage auction lot in Massachusetts. Didn't think it would have a hole in the oil pan, but it had a hole in the oil pan and the transmission. So I fixed all that. We had to replace an exhaust camshaft to get it to run, and then it drove 1,000 miles back to Chicago, where I installed a new intake and then a way bigger turbocharger from my friends at APR. With their tune, this thing is an absolute monster now, launching to 60 in 3.8 seconds. Oh, that felt a lot better. Oh my gosh, everything is flying. Woo! And it's soon to get even faster, as APR has sent a bunch of other parts. So we're gonna modify this. It's gonna get some new wheels and a few other goodies. And then I think I can get it to be as quick as a factory Nissan GTR 260. So that'll all be in the next Golf R video, but no plans right now to sell it. Back outside, we have my 2009 Porsche Cayenne Turbo. Now this thing is still running strong. Fires right up, and you can hear the engine noise. So this has piston slap, but it won't die. It runs beautifully. It just makes this noise. Now you guys are gonna see this in a Legit Street Cars 2 video soon. I made an experiment video with this, making a crazy concoction for its engine. But yeah, I mean, outside of the piston slap, it runs and drives great, and I will actually be selling this. You guys could buy it right now. Just email me at legitstreetcars@gmail.com. I'm definitely gonna lose on this one. I'm just gonna ask 5,000 bucks. That is way less than what I paid for it and what I have into it, but it is a clean title Porsche Cayenne Turbo. You could either drive it as is, or you can part this thing out for way more money, but 5,000 bucks gets yourself a twin turbo Porsche with absolutely no warranty on its engine. But seriously, if you buy this from me, you gotta stay in touch. I'm so curious to see how long this will go because it shows no signs of slowing down. And I did a little research after this. There are some guys online that have been piston slapping away for tens of thousands of miles. One guy said like 50,000 miles it's been making this noise, and it just keeps going. So anyway, she's a beauty and she could be all yours. Moving on to another German SUV with the most reliable engine ever is my ML55 AMG. She's got 35s, lifted suspension and body, dirt from off-roading every year for like the last 3 years. I never clean it. And its latest addition is a Jeep Wrangler transfer case. The guys at Fluid Motor Union did this. I'll drop a link down below. But I kept on blowing up transfer cases going off-roading. Good.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh,
look out, look out.
And the guys over at Fluid fitted up a Wrangler transfer case with a bunch of adaptation parts that I found online, and it works great. I got 2-wheel drive and 4 low and 4 high and all that good stuff. I do think I'm gonna keep the ML55. It's not worth a whole lot of money, and it's just fun to go beat the ever-living crap out of off-road. Like every time I get little new scratches, I'm actually proud of myself. That's the way off-road rigs should be. Now, I don't have this one in front of me at the moment, but my Mitsubishi Eclipse GSX is over at O'Hare Auto Body in Naperville, Illinois, because the entire car is going to get painted. So I actually have to go over there and remove the engine so they can paint the engine compartment. But I've had this car for a few years. I've mechanically sorted everything, and then I, modified it with a larger turbocharger. There's a common theme here with a lot of my cars. But this thing makes killer power. The tuning twins dyno tuned it, and it is an absolute blast to drive. So mechanically this thing is done. It just needs a little help in the cosmetic department. So this will be back soon with some new paint. Back in the front, I almost forgot. I own a yellow 2004 Jeep Wrangler. It's got an intercooler, and that's because it is also turbocharged, and I fitted a V12 twin turbo Mercedes intercooler. This is actually the heat exchanger, but overall this thing absolutely rips. It's a launch machine. But if you guys saw the last video where I was fixing a bunch of my cars, I found that the front lockers are locked right now. So I have to do cables. I have a bunch of suspension modifications I'm going to do to make this thing just a little bit more drivable. With its newfound power, it's just all over the place, and it's kind of dangerous. So we're gonna fix the suspension there and do a bunch of other modifications to make my Turbo Wrangler even better. So I do plan on keeping this one. I haven't taken it off-roading yet, so I wanna get a season or two of that in and drop the top now that it's hot out and just have fun in my yellow Jeep. But no ducks are going on my dash. Stay away from me, Jeep people. Next up, we have my 2000 Cadillac DTS with the new Vogue tires. And if you guys saw my last video, you know that I had to do a few repairs on this, including engine mounts and a broken window regulator, and I got the Vogue tires put on. So I love this car. I think it's absolutely perfect. It has night vision and only 65,000 miles. One owner, I think the lady was like 90 something years old now. Yeah, it's just like exactly what you think it is. It's a cream puff. I only paid $4,200 for the Cadillac. Its joy to money ratio is sky high. Like, I love driving this thing around. I'm not planning on changing anything on it really at all. And maybe one day the head gaskets will blow, because that's what everybody's asking about. When are those things gonna blow? I don't know. Probably any day. It's a North Star. This car is super special to me because I grew up driving around in my friend's dad's Cadillacs of this era. He would take us to car shows all the time. And if you guys know your Cadillacs, they all smell the same. It's a good smell. And this one has that smell. And they say that smell kind of like jogs your memory the most. It's very memorable. And I agree. Like, when I get in this, it just brings back all these memories of driving around, usually in the back seat of either his DeVille or his Eldorado. And he would punch it at stoplights and everything. And I just love it. It's got the smell. So it's just super special for me. And for $4,200 for a pristine car that brings you this much happiness, like, how do you beat that? So a car's scent is memorable, and your scent is even more memorable. And if you guys want to find your very own signature scent, you gotta check out Scentbird. Scentbird is a fragrance subscription service with a mission to empower each and every person to express themselves through scent. With Scentbird, you can change up your scent each month, as they have over 900 fragrances available, including Prada, Versace, and much more. So you don't have to buy full-size bottles that can cost up to $500 each. These are easy to carry and get sent to your house automatically each month. So these are the 3 scents that I have right now: Private Eye, Morning Chess, and Mind Games. This one, though, is definitely my favorite. It's pretty cool that they show you exactly what goes into this. It comes locked, you twist it, And give yourself a spray. I like to walk into it. I automatically smell good. I love this one, guys. It's so good. Seriously, try this first. They come with these cards, so private eye's really good too. Hard for me to describe, but black pepper, leather, cedar wood, it's very manly. Now, outside of smelling ridiculously good, the best part is you guys are gonna save 55% by clicking on my link down below and using coupon code LSCars. So that's gonna make your first month only $8, and then it's $16.95 per month after that. It's a great deal. You're gonna love this stuff. Check out the link down below. Now back to some more cars. Something else that's not a vehicle but still kind of counts is my all aluminum Mission trailer. This thing has been great. I messed up the wheel there, so that's going on. But it's got a winch and we use this all the time. I can't really show you the rest of the trailer because there's something secret on it. Here's underneath the secret car on the trailer, and it's all aluminum. You know, and it looks good. Really not a whole lot I can say about the trailer because of the car that's covering it right now. A very bright car that used to be fast and now is broken. All right, next I want to update you guys on something. It's not a car, but a lot of you guys have never seen my storage. So this is above the office, like our editing office is right below there. And fair warning, this is a complete disaster because we recently just moved everything out of here. We were fulfilling all of the LegitStreetCars merch right here in-house, but I ran out of room. This used to be just boxes everywhere. It was insane. And now my friend Jason from Car Supplies Warehouse is fulfilling everything out of his Romeoville, Illinois location. So it's perfect. It's still local. And it's my friend Jason. So yeah, this is a gigantic disaster that needs to be fixed, but we have some shelves left over from the merch days and like the most miscellaneous stuff ever. This is a Tesla subwoofer, Jeep catalytic converters, propane tank, and more Jeep parts, I think. Maybe some, I don't know what this is. Trans Am automatic shifter console, 32 valve Cobra Mustang valve covers, which I don't need. GTR seat, Trans Am subwoofer amp stuff, old Lightning coolant tank, V12 parts. Yeah, I think these are Camaro headers I was gonna fit on the van. They didn't work. We have an extra Pro charger. We have a DeLorean like frame piece. More SVT blower stuff. Really expensive Trans Am taillights. Some people are asking like $800-900 for these taillights, and they were on that white LT1 Trans Am that I gave away, and it had LS1 taillights, so I took those before I gave it away. I'm like, just in case mine get cracked. Lots of AMSOIL up here. I'm waiting for a car that I don't care about that has blown head gaskets so I can try to load it up with this. I wanna see if it'll actually work. Preferably a boosted car where the head gasket is kind of blowing out under boost. I want to see if it'll actually fix that. So lots of experiments. I like to do that stuff. That's kind of what the second channel's for. Extreme DI sent out some parts, high pressure pump, and injectors for my Escalade. Oh, this is a really cool exhaust that's going to go on the Typhoon. That is the failed Hellcat wide body kit. I contacted the company to take it back because they told me that it would fit without cutting, and it totally won't. And they never got back to me. So it's still here, company. If you want it, I don't know. We got the factory GMC Typhoon wheels and center caps. We drink a lot of water around here, so empty water jugs, like lots of them. Escalade snow tires, and I don't know what those are. 1986 GM service manual, and some factory GM calipers, possibly for the Escalade. And these are totes full of just miscellaneous stuff. We got air filters, lots of hoses, and you know, this one's labeled GN parts, Mercedes parts. We got baseball cards. I got an inversion table because I have like lower back problems, and I was using that, and then it was taking up too much room downstairs, so I moved up here, and now I don't use it ever. Still have back problems. It didn't really do anything. This is kind of a cool view from up here. So we have the wash bay. This may give you a better idea how large this shop is, but it's only 30 feet wide, and that is kind of the Achilles heel here, just outside of generally not being bigger. It's kind of hard to get cars in. We usually actually come in from the back and put them on the rack. It's not a huge deal, but another 5 feet would be massive. But the shop is 100 feet from that wall all the way to that wall. So 3,000 square feet, including the office, and it served me well. That's probably up to code. But I really want a bigger shop, and I do have something coming that's gonna alleviate some of the cars needing to be here, the finished cars. So it's not an end-all be-all solution, but I think you guys are gonna really like it. This is a cool lifting platform, so it has like a winch motor and a platform. So I use this ladder to come up here, but I don't have to carry heavy parts. I kind of meet them up here, and then we have hooks that go right there where the yellow spots are. So it's level with the floor, and then we can unload, and it makes it easier. There's a brand new Corsa exhaust that's going on something. Those are Typhoon grills. We got hooker headers. Those were supposed to be for the Hellcat, but then I sold it, but I'm still wanting a red-eye wide body Hellcat, and then I'll put the headers on there. I also still have these wide body Hellcat wheels and tires. And then some other equipment that we don't use very often, but we have our AC machine. We have multiple welders. I still have not learned how to weld, but I want to. We have a really nice pressure washer. You guys may have seen this setup in a couple of my other videos, but this is so cool. It's from my friends over at Bolt Depot. So they can ship out any combination of nuts and bolts, and it is highly organized. And then when you run out, you just scan the QR code and they send more stuff to you. And these are just miscellaneous drawers we keep fuses in, a lot of this kind of stuff, but this is all Bolt Depot. They have pretty much everything. They have washers, hose clamps, nuts, bolts, standard, metric, and they sent these out so we make sure we're using the right hardware. They even have cotter pins and spacers. Really cool setup. I'll drop a link down below. You don't have to get a massive setup like that. If there's some specific things you want, you can kind of mix and match. Oh, and a lot of you guys have been asking about ordering t-shirts and hoodies and stuff in different colors, and I'm happy to say Max is working on that right now, so he's entering this stuff in on the website right now. So we just got these new zip-up hoodies. Max is sporting one of these bad boys right now. This green is awesome, super high quality. Max, what's your favorite part?
It's got a media pocket inside of the pocket.
That's awesome.
Pocketception.
Double pockets, you can't beat it. So we're doing like a print on demand thing so that we can offer lots of different colors and I don't have to order a couple hundred of each color in every size. It's just insanity. So you guys can go on the site and order whatever color you want. And these are actually printed right here in Chicago. So Jason's not fulfilling these. Another local company is, which is really, really cool. We're trying to keep as much stuff as we can local. For the next, I think like 5-ish cars, we are at the original Legit Street Quarters. And if you guys have ever wondered what that is my first 9-second run in my turbo Trans Am. All right, we have lots of car keys to go through here. Let's start off with the GTR, why not? So the cars I usually keep at home are either done completely or I'm just done working on them for a long time. And the GTR is more along the lines of done completely. There's nothing wrong with this car. Nothing's broken. I don't know why I just said that, but we'll knock on the headlight. But this is my 2009 Nissan GTR that I bought sight unseen at an auction for $47,000. And the story behind this car is it was relatively cheap for a GTR because it was listed as having a major transmission issue and it was showing about 62,000 miles, but they messed up. That was actually kilometers. GTR. And as you can see right here, we just hit 40,000 miles. So long story short, this car lived in Canada for about 10 years, but it was originally a US car. They switched the cluster to kilometers and never switched it back. So it actually had way less miles than they listed. So that was another thing that added to it selling for only $47,000, which I know is a lot of money, but in GTR world, at the time, 38,000 mile GTR, that's a really good price, especially considering the fact that all I did was reset transmission adaptations and that totally fixed the transmission. And then I found a built transmission as well that was just done about a year prior. And then as you guys know, when a car treats me well, I treat it well. So of course, this got a complete custom exhaust from my guys over at Fluid Motor Union. We also repainted the entire car, which was a little bit overboard, but I plan on keeping this forever. And then I finished it off with some custom multi-piece forged wheels from my friends at Forged Club and an amazing carbon-tastic steering wheel. And we updated both of the screens in the interior. And then I did a bunch of little bolt-ons like fuel pumps, larger fuel injectors, and a few other things that resulted in this making, I think, about 670 all-wheel horsepower, something like that. So the GTR completely rips as you would expect. And overall, I'm insanely happy with this car. It has performed flawlessly. And I just got done driving it about 200 miles this weekend. I love my Nissan GTR. Just like I love my 1986 Buick Grand National, which yes, does have some towels on its hood because of the Camaro SS, which won't stop leaking. So anyway, let me update you on this. Up on the rack is my 1968 Camaro SS, RS, SS. That's how it was listed. It also says 383 on the fender, but it does not have a 383 engine. This will be coming out soon in a video, but the Mecum listing was just not correct. Or someone pulled the engine, I don't know. But anyway, I love this car. It is not original, and I've realized that old car people are insane about originality, people pointing out every little thing. Guys, I know it's not original. This car has probably had quarters and new fenders and new a lot of things, but I paid like $23,500. The paint is amazing. It has big brakes, aftermarket wheels, all new suspension. It actually runs and drives pretty good outside of being slow. But if you can look past a little bit of blue overspray, this car's bones are amazing. Nothing is rotted out. And with these old cars, that's kind of the main concern. So I can make it faster. I can put period correct gauges in there. It has these funky Dakota digital ones that I don't like, little stuff like that. I can fix this car and it's beautiful. I don't care that it's not original, but I do care that I can't get the oil pan to stop leaking. This was leaking when I bought it. I put a new oil pan gasket in there and a whole new oil pan because it was smashed in, and it keeps leaking, so I dropped it off camera. I put some goop in there just to stop the leak or do something, and it still leaks. And I think it's because this has a newer engine block and they had a difference in gasket. So we might have just ordered the old style gasket from the parts store. So I gotta fix that. But anyway, I just visited with my friends at Holly in Bowling Green, Kentucky, and there are boxes upon boxes of stuff coming in for the Camaro. So needless to say, we have some Camaro content coming soon. Similar to the GTR, my Buick Grand National is pretty much done. There's really nothing wrong with this thing. I've made a ton of videos on this, but basically I found it in a storage unit in Wisconsin. It had been sitting there for over 10 years and it was in pretty rough shape. It had a rod knock. It didn't have the right wheels. The paint was super swirly. There was a lot of issues with it not running, and I've gone through and mechanically sorted the entire car. And then naturally I modified a bunch of stuff on here. So we have a different intake, larger fuel injectors, a new fuel pressure regulator. This is an aftermarket turbo that was on there already. And if you guys watched my latest video, I replaced the alternator that left me stranded. I don't know what's going on, but lights are flickering and I'm suspecting alternator. It runs great. It just literally just died out of nowhere. Overall, I love my Buick Grand National. It even has the LSC GN custom plates. So this guy is definitely staying in the fleet. I am not selling this car. I'm simply going to enjoy it, preferably for the rest of time. So that covers everything in the garage. And let's talk about a car I'm gonna sell. This pains me, guys. This pains me. I went further than custom plates on this one. I had LSC pinstriped into the car. What you're looking at here is my 1992 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme. This generation Oldsmobile was the first to have heads-up display. It also has one of the coolest back seats in the world. Did I mention it's one of about 112 with a 5-speed Getrag manual transmission? And in 1992, we have factory CD player, automatic climate control. It's even got an audio bass control knob over there, which I think is super cool. And you have audio and temperature controls on the steering wheel. It's got a sunroof. And although it's kind of dirty right now, it is the most 90s color in the world. It's basically a teal. It's like an aqua teal metallic or something like that. And the paint's in really nice condition. It's got new tires. Naturally, I sorted everything on this engine and the rest of the car. It just runs and drives beautifully. I use it all the time. And unfortunately, I'm gonna sell it. So send me an email if you're interested at LegitStreetCars@gmail.com. Clean title, like 95,000 miles. I'm asking 9,500 bucks. So very, very sad to see this thing go, but hopefully it goes to a good owner in one of you guys. All right, here's a car that just needs a cold start to kick it off. This is one of the rowdiest cars I own. Oh, she's idling down. It's angry. The C63 is angry, but also absolutely amazing. Oh my gosh. Probably like $2,000. This thing is an absolute riot. This is my 2014 C63 507 edition, or edition 507, I forget which way it goes, but a very rare Mercedes-Benz that's lived its entire life in California. It's in excellent condition. It's got a really cool Designo interior, and this car sat for a little while before I bought it, and it had a misfire, and all it needed was a good old Italian tune-up. So after getting permission from my cousin Giuseppe in Italy to use the term,
yes, you can sell.
I did the complete LSC maintenance package and basically took this out and just beat on it. And that's what this naturally aspirated 6.2 liter engine needed to run well. You gotta take these things out and just beat on them. That's what they were built for.
No, let it go.
To ensure that this engine never misfires again, I installed a gigantic VRP supercharger, for maintenance. And on a base tune, first rip on the dyno, this thing put down 806 wheel horsepower, and it ran out of fuel. That was on like E40. Now, after that video, I haven't done a whole lot with this. I mostly keep it at home and I drive it. It is a riot. It kind of doesn't get any traction though, so I do have an aftermarket LSD differential. It's got a factory LSD, but this car has like 80,000 miles on it, so I'm gonna replace that, get some sticky tires. Craig and Rusty for Modern Masters are gonna come back to Chicago. We're gonna add some more fuel, and at some point, no promises on when, but I wanna bring this to the quarter-mile drag strip and see if I can run 9s, which I think might be the fastest of this generation 204 chassis C63. Obviously heavily modified, but I think that's a record. I don't know. If not, I'll just go and have have fun. But love this car, no plans on getting rid of it. And that leads us to another white vehicle, my wife's supercharged Cadillac Escalade. I bought this truck with about 81,000 miles. There was absolutely nothing wrong with it. So I took the intake manifold off and cleaned the intake valves. And while I was in there, I just had to add a supercharger right back on. You gotta put something on top of the engine. Now it has been, I think, 34,000 miles later, and everything is perfect. I haven't had to do a thing. And the rest of the truck is totally stock. I've never had a belt squeal. I've never had the intercooler pump go out. Just everything has been perfect. And on OJ's dyno, I think this put down around like 480 wheel. So on a dyno jet, that's about 550. And then we even took this to the track. My wife drag raced it with me and all of our baby stuff in the car, and it ran a 13.2 in the quarter mile. So I was pretty impressed with that. And because I'm selling the Chevy Express van, the Escalade is now my tow rig. Now this will make sense in about roughly a month maybe, but my wife has a new daily driver for like 95% of her daily driver needs, but we still need the 7-seater when we have the grandparents in the truck. But when it's not being used, I'm gonna be using it for towing. So I just towed a car and I just towed another toy, which is also coming out soon. So this thing has already been put to work. It's a fantastic truck, about 115,000 miles on it, runs beautifully, definitely keeping it in the fleet. All right, for my last update, we gotta go to Lou Malnati's, and I'm actually doing a meet and greet over here at the Lou Malnati's in Schaumburg, Illinois. So we're gonna have a few cars here, including the Lightning. OJ's bringing it from the shop. He's working on some exhaust, and Lou's is setting up for us right now. We have a few tents and a Lou's truck. They got drinking pizza deals here in the parking lot. It's gonna be awesome. Oh, look who's showing up, the shows. Having the doors like this, amazing for backing up into a parking spot. So we're putting the DeLorean right in front of the Lou's setup. And we got people showing up, it's early. And we got my mom in the E55. She was the first one to ever drive this car in Florida. This was shipped out to Florida while she was out there for a week, so she drove it.
I love this car.
It's nice, isn't it?
You want to give it to me?
It's yours, it's yours. Papa D in the C63 pulling up. Oh no, one of my cars is broken. My mom just pulled in with the E55 and it's leaking coolant like really bad. Look at all this. Oh man, I wonder if she maybe hit something. All right, what blew up? Oh man. There's gotta be some on the bottom. Oh no. Luckily I got a lot of people help me out here. Oh, that's not good.
All wet over there.
Yeah, my son's in the car. He's gonna start it just real quick. We'll see what we can see. Hopefully there's a smoking gun. The battery's dead. Okay, I haven't seen a smoking gun yet, so we're just gonna pretend this never happened. What do you guys think is wrong with this?
Say radiator.
Radiator? Intercooler? It's definitely the engine's coolant system and not the intercooler system. I know that.
Water pipe.
Coolant pipe? All right. What'd you say?
Engine block.
Get out of here, stop. It's not the engine block, all right? It's fine.
Crimped line.
A crimped line? All right.
I'm
It's
guessing coolant hose.
coolant hose, all right. All right, what do you say?
I don't know.
Come on, you gotta pick something.
I don't know anything about it.
Neither do I don't know.
Water pump.
You're guessing water pump? All right, all right. Between all these guesses, we literally have engine block, coolant hoses, pipes, water pump. Someone's gonna be right. I'm not gonna mess with the E55 at the event. We'll have to come back and fix this, but it'll be on LegitStreetCars too if you guys wanna see what ended up happening and what was wrong with it. I see a GTO coming in and I hear something. Excuse me, I think there's something broken under the hood.
I know it's power steering wire.
Yeah, I knew it, I knew it. All right, oh my gosh. We got Pontiacs on top of Pontiacs. Yes, yes. Navy blue metallic WS6. Oh, that's too cool. SS in the house. Whoa, that is a serious. Look at this. It's stock, people, I swear. Nice car, man. If you guys haven't been to Chicago or the Chicagoland area, I highly recommend it, mostly when it's nice out. The cars we have here and the pizza, amazing.
The car I want next
What is it?
is the Mustang,
Oh, yeah?
black and white.
Oh, just like that one?
Just like this one.
But white on the exterior, or? Okay, so just like that?
Yeah.
Hold on, that's yours, right?
That's my car.
Is it for sale?
It's not for sale.
Is it a manual?
It is.
Do you want a manual, Mom? Or do you want an automatic?
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe.
Okay, she had like 30-something years of driving manuals in Italy,
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's
I
enough manuals for my mom.
I know how to drive.
Now that's no good in the winter.
Yeah, he
I
told
was
me.
telling her.
So we might have to keep the Chrysler. My mom's got a Chrysler 200 convertible.
Convertible.
With-
I only drive convertible.
That's right. That's all she drives. So we might have to get her two. We'll have to rent a parking spot in your building for a Mustang.
I'm kidding.
I mean, I'm not. It's like an excuse to get a Coyote Mustang. That'd be kind of cool.
Okay, good, good.
I can't have that. OJ! I was hoping that wouldn't happen.
Okay, you could hope, but you're not going to stop it.
Yeah. How's the Lightning?
It actually drives pretty good.
All right, cool.
I haven't done anything with the exhaust
That's
yet.
okay. OJ's got the Lightning here at the show. He is going to be doing an exhaust on it because it is way too loud.
It's a little loud.
And OJ does exhaust every once in a while, so.
It's a little loud, and it's a little loud in the places that you don't want it exhaust
Yes.
loud, like cruising here on the highway.
It's brutal, man.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a little much.
Yeah. But either way, it's.
Top end tone is pretty cool. Like
Yeah.
if you rev it, like it does sound very F-150 Lightning-esque.
Yeah.
It nails that tone. It just, I think you can get rid of a lot of that in between refinement and not have to deal with, I don't know, just.
It's brutal.
It's drone, but it's more than that. It's just,
Yeah. I don't even honestly like getting on it because it's just so loud.
It's loud like from 1500 and up.
Yeah.
Like it's unrelenting there.
Yes.
And then you get to the top end, then it sounds good.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's just like overbearing. Is very much the word I'd use.
Yeah, definitely. So anyway, she's here, she's clean. So the Lightning was a lot dirtier when I dropped it off with OJ. He had it all cleaned up, which is great. Actually, before I leave, I gotta see what size tire we have on here. 295. Getting drag radials, so I'm doing a race, most likely with the guys at Fitment Industries, Hamilton Collection, and I'm gonna bring the Lightning. All right, guys, it's been like 3 hours. I think we've had, I don't know, 150 cars, maybe 300-400 people. It's insane, and we're supposed to be wrapping up, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. So, for the most part, everybody's being respectful. It was a great meet with Lou Malnati's, and I hope you guys enjoyed this update video. And it is unfortunately ending with my E55 having a massive coolant leak, but I'm gonna put out a full Legit Street Cars Lou Malnati's meet video on Legit Street Cars 2, so make sure to subscribe and you can find out who here diagnosed my E55 and what exactly is wrong with it, and then I'll probably have me trying to temporarily fix it. Something's broken, and nice car. Yeah. That is so clean. There's too many good cars, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up, share the video, subscribe if for some crazy reason you haven't already. It's a free little button, it really helps me out. But most importantly, have an awesome day, eat some pizza, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Myself face massage, a little scratch and a little. All right, here we go. And then of course we finished it off. And then we finished it off with some. And then we finished it off with some custom forged. And then we finished it off with some custom forged line. And then we finished it off with some custom multi-piece forged wheels. So lots of Camaro content coming. So lots of Camaro. So we got some. So needless to say, we have some Camaro content coming soon. I mean, I didn't even get the custom. I went further than custom plates on this one. I had LSC. I went further than custom plates on this one. Other than that, this truck prevents. Other than that, this truck presents. Max, if you could put screaming.